I did a video. Yo, Eddie, what's up, my brother? What's up? I did a video reaction on this woman a little while ago, thanks to Evil Eddie. Right? He introduced me to her. So and then I just saw her did this reaction video or review video, I guess, of Marvel Zombies. I haven't watched Marvel Zombies, but to be honest, I'm not interested. I'm there's really no Marvel content that I'm all that enthusiastic to watch because Marvel has really they have hurt me. They have really deterred me from even liking their stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's check it out. Let's check this one out.
I'm sorry. That is the only possible reaction that I can have for Marvel Zombies. I don't know if anyone's gonna find this video. I don't know if anyone cares, but I do not want the fact that I watched that to be in vain. 2 hours. Guys, I watched all 6 hours of Ironheart, and it was easy to say, yeah, that's the worst Marvel show. Would you believe that after watching or during watching Marvel Zombies, I went, no, this is
Yeah, I heard that. She called her female Frodo, which is interesting, which I can see that. I can see that.
the worst Marvel show. And I'm not even going to claim that it is recency bias. No, this has to be the worst thing that Marvel has ever made. And they keep topping themselves. Notice every time I say this is the worst Marvel show, they come out with something else that then becomes the worst Marvel show. But you might notice a lot of people aren't even watching this. Even the critics, barely any critics reviewed this. The ones that did weren't as favorable because usually critics will just give Marvel 5 stars for everything. But this show they did not. I was seeing people say, and this was from people who usually love everything from Marvel or are just very easy to please. I was hearing those people say that they could not finish this show, that they couldn't even get past the first episode. And I agree. And you will only understand if you behold it. But most people will not, and I understand that. And so I wanted to do what I saw no one else do, and actually watch all 4 episodes of Marvel Zombies. And you'll notice there's only 4 episodes. And I guarantee there were supposed to be more before they cut off the production because that's so abnormal to do just 4 episodes of a cartoon a half hour each. So it was basically like a 2 hour movie, and it was just the worst garbage. This isn't even funny. Like, it left me feeling dead and demoralized and depressed after.
I stopped watching any of particularly any of the Marvel TV shows. They're garbage. They're absolute garbage. They're uh, terrible. I mean, there's no action. I mean, I'm an action guy. You guys know it, right? I'm sexist when it comes to my entertainment. I love action. There's no action. There's not anything. The special effects is subpar. Uh, ain't any really good characters, right? Besides for the main character, no, they don't add any more characters that make the shows anything special to watch. So really, all the Marvel shows suck. Maybe I kind of like WandaVision, right? It was the first, so it was interesting. It led into Doctor Strange. It was okay. I kind of liked Loki, but the first one. But again, it got weak. So Daredevil was decent. Daredevil was decent, but I don't know. Daredevil. I mean, Netflix Daredevil was decent. I don't. I'm not crazy about Marvel's Daredevil.
Words, it was painful to watch to the point where at one point in the show I just couldn't take it any longer and I grabbed my phone just to look at anything else, and that was the only.
Yes, not the new one. And this is sad. This is sad. Okay. I wanted Marvel for so long to get all these properties back under their belt, right? Under Kevin Feige. To only feel like Kevin Feige is a shitty person. He is now doing woke politics. The man is an idiot. I'm sorry. It's like he's after Endgame. He's proved he's. I thought before Endgame, right? I thought the man could do no wrong. I thought Kevin Feige could do no wrong. I stand corrected. The man is an idiot. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to him. Did they give him like a couple hundred million to like fucking make him like a woke fucking idiot? Because seriously, the man makes terrible products after terrible product. This is why I didn't watch Fantastic Four, which I was upset because honestly, I thought being back in his hands, shit would be good. Now I'm scared about the X-Men. I am scared about the X-Men. So like I don't know. I think he's gonna fuck it up too. Because like after every single thing this in this man's hand is fucking up, and why?
Only escape I had. Like I thought Marvel Zombies, my expectations were low, but holy crap. Okay, what makes Marvel Zombies the most insufferable show for Marvel, and what makes it such a landmark to talk about? Well, Marvel finally got its dream. Its dream all this time that they were hoping that the future of their universe would be that the Avengers are gone. They are put away. Maybe some of the characters of the past, if the actors are still available, make cameos here and there. But they wanted the future of their universe to be the new characters they were bringing up, like Kamala Khan and
Boo.
Riri Williams
Boo.
and Kate Bishop
Boo.
and Marvel's Katie and
Boo.
Shang-Chi and Yelena and Alexi and all of these characters. And that is what the show is. The Avengers characters barely appear. When they do their glorified cameos, even Spider-Man, who makes an appearance in this show, is really just a glorified cameo as all the other Avengers get turned into zombies. So it's the I can't think of a better look at Marvel. All the Avengers are zombies in this show, and we are stuck with the new characters that they came up. And we get to see Disney Marvel's vision for what they thought the future would be with these characters. And our opening characters is a girl gang girl.
I think that's stupid, right? We had the main four pass. Okay. We had them passed. Why didn't they focus on the main characters and slowly over more time introduce the subsequent ones? Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Captain Marvel, Captain America, the new Captain America, Bucky, I guess a little bit Captain Marvel. Those people should be put in the forefront with all these other people, right? The new Black Widow, all these other people slowly been introduced. That's what they should have done. Put the characters that have been in so many movies. Doctor Strange should be the forefront in most of these movies. Doctor Strange, okay? I don't know why. Yo, Red Door, what's up, my sister? I don't know why Doctor Strange isn't in most of these movies. Spider-Man isn't in most of these movies. The Hulk. I mean, so many of these other characters. Thor should be in a lot of these. I mean, like, you should use the main characters, okay? The main big hitters to slowly help push the other characters. Okay? Captain Marvel Captain America should have had Bucky in it. Bucky should be in it. Other characters, other characters should have been in Captain America's movie. The Thunderbolts, to be honest, Bucky should be 100% the lead of that movie. We could have had other. It's like they're doing things like messed up.
Girl boss trio of Kamala Khan, Riri Williams, and Kate Bishop, and it is horrible. Oh my goodness. This is what makes the show so insufferable, that all of these characters are so insufferably annoying And guess what? There's even more characters that show up later. Jimmy Woo, that character, the card guy, he comes in. Aquafina as Marvel's Katie comes in. And these characters, like, oh my goodness, you realize many things about these characters that they were trying to push. First of all, that these were characters who were only there to fill quotas. So they have nothing to them. So they're trying.
And that is the problem, right? With Kevin Feige's new approach. Everything is to fill quota. Everything is to have a check mark. Okay, up women, up gay people, up minorities, up. It's like seriously, where's the story? Where's the push of? It's like where's the action? Where's the special? It's like it's just to feel like everything's first. Do a check mark, right? Everything has to be a check mark. Okay, check mark every boxes that you have to check mark, and then care about everything else.
Trying to make a chemistry between Riri and Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan, but there's nothing there because there's barely anything to these characters. So they're trying to do like girl gang stuff and stuff. It doesn't work. It's so forced. There is just nothing to these characters. You don't feel any chemistry for them. So in the beginning, it was just boring. And because this show and all who talk about it are cursed, my camera ran out of space and stopped recording footage. So I apologize. You're just going to get video clips from here on out. But it just kept getting worse and worse. Because here's the thing about the show, is that so many of these characters that Marvel made up were completely off of bad Marvel humor. Like that's the entire character. So this show, like, it's trying to take itself very seriously, but then it'll just break out in a character being a completely juvenile goofball, like Red Guardian. If 1 minute it's trying to be super serious, and the next minute, Red Guardian's doing all this stuff. And then the part that just made me just want to die watching this show is in episode 2. It's like their Shang-Chi backlash, and it's him and Aquafina, who of course voices the character in this show, and it's all this dramatic backstory about how their hometown died and the Mandarin died. And by the way, you won't understand a thing happening in this show unless you've watched all of the Phase 4 and onward Marvel projects, so that's that. And then it hard cuts from all of this death and destruction to Aquafina and Shang-Chi singing these Guardians of the Galaxy style songs in their cars, where they have like this Guardians of the Galaxy team. So it like hard cuts from tragedy and death to Aquafina and Simu Liu, who voices the character, singing karaoke in a car. And that is like the whiplash of the tone throughout the show. It'll be like, we're trying to take ourselves super seriously. This is a zombie apocalypse show. And then bad jokes, and sometimes it won't even be a sequence of jokes, just bad jokes undercutting. And that's the thing with like Jimmy Woo, who is also with Aquafina and Simu Liu in this show. Jimmy Woo, like, you know, the guy who made jokes from the Ant-Man movies, he's all with them. And I could not comprehend the cringe that was possible. I didn't know that the world was capable of such cringe when the card guy from the Ant-Man movies, who's been showing up everywhere, and Aquafina and Simu Liu all singing karaoke together and cracking jokes together.
Be there in my city. You know what? You are so deadly. Okay. Oh, we're so badass.
My cells were collapsing as I was watching this. And to make matters worse, these characters will then meet up with Alexei and Yelena, who still always talks in that deadpan bad Russian accent. All of those characters meet up and are on a submarine together next. Like, I just could not believe just how cringeworthy, and that Jimmy Woo character is just making the worst bad Marvel jokes throughout the whole thing, interrupting. When he died, I just thought it was hilarious because that character was finally gone. But this was their dream. This was their dream for the future of Marvel, that these would be the characters going forward, and that all of the Avengers would be dead, and that these would be the heroes going forward. And another thing about this show is there's just so much about the girl power, and like the girls have to commend each other, like, Riri, you are so amazing. And Kamala, who is the closest thing that this show has to a main character, you know, she just inadvertently becomes the person who's holding the key to everything. And throughout the show, characters are just like, Kamala, you're so amazing. Kamala, you did all this. Kamala, you helped all this. Kamala, 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 Kamala.
Yo, I think I could. Yeah, this sounds terrible. This sounds absolutely horrendous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm tired of the girl power thing. I'm really am.
Kamala, 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 Kamala. Isn't she amazing? Don't you all just love her? Yeah, it was.
And that's the thing where I had wished that they slowly brought these people up, right? Like I said, you should have used after Cap, Iron Man, maybe a bit of Thor, I guess. Not really Thor, right? Because he's still in it. But Cap, Iron Man, and Black Widow was gone. They should be propping up the second tier, or the second biggest characters. Okay, like I said, Doctor Strange, the Hulk, maybe even Ant-Man more, right? Put him more into things. Push him out more. Did I say Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, maybe a bit more Thor, all these other characters. Have these characters still on the side. Let people slowly like these characters. Because in my opinion, Bucky did that. Bucky did it right. He was slowly introduced, or maybe not slowly, but he had enough screen time each time. He was not pushed to the forefront right away. And now I feel like he should be pushed to the forefront, right? He should be a big star in the whole new phase. He should be one of the faces. And like these, I guess Kamala and all these other women and stuff, fine. If you want them in it, fine. But like, there should be the second tier. They should now be second tier. They should be having cameos, having, you know, little moments. They shouldn't be at the forefront of any of this.
A Kamala Khan worship fest where randomly
Sham, what's up, my brother? What's up? Thank you for stopping by.
in the show they try to make it out where
Such a
like she
terrible
has a
character.
connection.
That's why I did not want to watch the whole what is it, her Marvel show. I knew I wouldn't like it.
With Red Guardian, it's like, okay. And then later on, when Red Guardian dies, Shang-Chi comes up to her and is like giving her advice and calling her pal and like commending her. And it's like, where did these relationships form in this show? They're all just best friends and adore Kamala. But it doesn't end there. Like, the part that was cringe so bad, we run into Valkyrie, because Valkyrie is the only character from pre-Endgame that I guess we can really focus in on here, because, you know, Valkyrie's so great. That's what Aquafina is. They meet Valkyrie, who is the king of New Asgard because Thor has given up, and instantly she's like being rude to them and kicking them out, and Aquafina like, girl, gosh, you're amazing. Like, that's what she does. Literally, that's what happens. Like, once again, the female characters in this show, it just, all of a sudden, somebody will stop, like, Aquafina will stop and go, girl, that was amazing. You are amazing. I'm just, like, you're just so wonderful. Answer me this.
And this is, I know, I'm going to say this, right? Because I've said this before. When it comes to my entertainment, I'm sexist. I'm sorry. Because this is tiring. This is tiring. I honestly, it is. It's like you are pushing I mean, and it's okay, but it's like you're pushing it too hard. Literally, you're pushing it down people's throats.
Me this. What is so great about Valkyrie? What is so great about Valkyrie?
And that's the thing where I think Bucky should have been at the forefront. He should be the lead in a lot of these movies. I'm sorry. Bucky should be the one to be the lead. At least let's do it. Let's do it two people, right? Bucky and Falcon. They should be the lead in a lot of this. Two people should be taking the place of Captain America. And then, you know, Doctor Strange should be taking the place of, you know, Iron Man. It's like that should have been the way it was.
She's rude, she's gross, she's not a hero. She runs Asgard even in this show as a place where they're all just drinking. She hands over the Asgardian people to the zombies because she's that stupid. What is so great about Valkyrie, and why do they keep shoving her down our throats? This is the worst character in the entire MCU. This gross, crude. Why is Valkyrie being shoved down our throats as if she's so amazing? She is the worst character in the entire MCU ever. I'm gonna say that. Okay, Riri Williams is still there. She's one of the worst. We're not done with how bad this show is. So they assassinate Wanda again. That's the entire plot of this show. That somehow Wanda has become the queen of the dead, of all zombies, and she's after the power, let's just call it that, to gain control over the entire world with her zombie power. So Wanda is exactly the same character that she was in Doctor Strange 2, the assassinated version, where she just inexplicably wants a lot of power, and she's talking in that fragile fake voice of hers throughout the entire thing. And she's after Kamala Khan this time, like she was after America Chavez in Doctor Strange 2. So it's a retread of Doctor Strange 2, possibly the worst Marvel movie ever made. No, that's not true. They're all the worst. They're all the worst. But
I kind of like Doctor Strange too. It could have been better. It could have been a lot better, but I liked it. But again, it could have been a better, and it could have been a lot better, and it didn't. I had a lot of gripes with it, so it was okay. I would say it was a B. I would say it a B. B as a a B for a movie. Poor man, what's up, my brother?
that's what it is. And so they assassinate Wanda again, and it's like, what is the obsession with the MCU defining Wanda being this fragile, talking, insane monster who just wants to kill people and just wants power? I hate that. I hate that about this show and Agatha and Doctor Strange too. I hate that they keep validating that interpretation of her character. You know, Wanda is one of the most long-standing heroes and Avengers in the comics. In House of M wasn't even her, it was Quicksilver if you actually read the comic. I just hate how they keep assassinating this character. But also, like, once again, the Avengers characters only make glorified cameos in the show. But apparently, and this is another funny trivia fact about the show, is Black Panther was supposed to get a moment in a flashback in the beginning of an episode, but they hadn't recorded his lines yet. So what they do is instead they just have it be a voiceover of Peter Parker talking about the flashback, and so
Omni, what's up, my brother? What's up?
T'Challa doesn't speak. Why? Well, Chadwick Boseman didn't get to do the lines for the character before he died. And apparently, Marvel thinks that honoring Chadwick Boseman means that we're just not going to have Black Panther as a character anymore. He's not going to be seen. He's not going to ever speak. And that's how we're honoring Chadwick Boseman, because no one other than him will ever play the character. Great job, Marvel. Great job. But to cap it off of why this is like the worst thing that I've ever seen, the most insufferable, is at the end, there is no point. At the end, they put all the characters in a no-win situation. You know, Aquafina, Simu Leo, all of these annoying characters that you would never want to hear from. And you just as another side note, the animation was absolutely terrible. Like, it was like having a hard time keeping up with the actors' performances, but also the actors hired for this show were largely not even voice actors. And so it just sounded like the emotions weren't proper for the events that were happening and not from the voice actors themselves. And then it didn't seem like the animation was even really lining up for it. There'd be a time when a character is really upset and maybe their animation looks really upset, but their voice performance doesn't, or vice versa. A time when a character is cracking a joke, and there is a lot of jokes in this zombie apocalypse show that do not land, and the animation just can't keep up with the energy. It was really bad. But in the end of everything, it's pointless, because they get put in a no-win situation, and after all this time of commending Kamala Khan for being amazing and everything, she winds up giving up and going with Wanda. And the end of the show is Kamala Khan wakes up in what seems to be a utopia with all of her friends, with Riri and Kate Bishop, who she doesn't have chemistry with. And it's revealed that no, this is all just an illusion from Wanda, who's taken over the world, and Kamala realizes that. And that's the end. So at the end of the show, it's all pointless. Like, if there was any kind of theme that this show was trying to do, it was maybe about how, you know, don't let your friends die in vain, don't let their memory fade. But that's exactly what happens at the end. They fail. This horribly annoying show with the most grating, annoying, cringeworthy characters, horrible animation, bad performances because these actors are not, or largely not, voice actors, in the end, it's all pointless. So you get left with that down feeling of, I watched through 2 hours of that for nothing. There wasn't even a resolution. And this is what they thought the future of Marvel was going to be. All of the Avengers characters dead with these characters in the future. I am entirely insulted by this. All of the people, Brad Winderbaum, who's doing the TV division of Marvel, needs to take blame for this as well. All these people who are making these shows and supposedly this professional.
I'm sorry. I put the all blame on Kevin Feige. I put all blame on him. He's the leader. He is the head. Okay? He's the head and everyone else is the limbs or whatever. Fuck. This man is like, I swear, I put 100% blame on him.
Company that is Disney, they need to go. All of these people need to go. This was just entirely incompetent. And it's so insane that so many Marvel shows have come out where I go, that's the worst, that's the worst, that's the worst. Guys, when the feelings brim up into me to say something that this is the best or this is the worst, like, I actually have to feel that. So this year I was watching a movie, like it was an old movie, and I went, oh, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I really meant that. But with Marvel, like, that's rare that I do that. With Marvel, with every new show that they come out, it's always like, this has got to be the worst thing they've ever made, because they always get worse. Overhaul all of Marvel. Like, this is sad what they have become. Guys, if you love Marvel comics and Marvel movies, please do not forget what they once were. And do not forget that the characters that they're supposed to be.
You know, this is the thing, right? Do not forget what they once were. Do not forget what Marvel once was. That is why, I'm sorry, this is why I don't watch any new Marvel stuff. I can't. I can't, because if I watch new Marvel shit, I'm sorry, I think I'm going to hate Marvel completely. Or I'm going to, like, it's going to cloud my mind to the history of Marvel. That's why I kind of, to be honest, that's why I kind of stopped reading the comic books. Because Marvel comic books, you know, they're doing woke shit as well. Well, when I stopped, right? When I stopped, they were going down that route, and I was just kind of tired of the stories.
Do not ever forget that, because I am still holding out the hope where we will one day have ourselves in charge of Marvel comics and Marvel movies.
Exactly. I mean, this is the thing where they always say, right? Don't meet your idols. They tell you, right? This is a line. This is the line that they say. Don't meet your idols, or else he's going to ruin it for you. To me, I had to stop watching these movies. I had to stop watching all the Marvel created content right now, because I honestly believe if I watch them, I'm gonna hate Marvel really hard. And to be honest, I was watching quite a few of them before I stopped, and I was slowly really hating Marvel.
And we no longer get these hacks working on this stuff who have no idea what they're working on and no idea the characters that should be used. So yeah, I watched Marvel Zombies all 2 hours. It was aptly titled, and it was possibly the worst thing that they've ever made, dethroning the last worst thing that they've ever made. I never thought that those characters together could be that annoying and terrible. That was the future that they wanted for us. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching this video.
I mean, for me, my advice to people is just, to be honest, I would say stop watching Marvel stuff. Stop watching Marvel things, because one, it will wake them up to, like, the audience is definitely not liking it, so no money's going your way. Two, to be honest, like I said, it might ruin your feelings of Marvel, right? The past, Marvel's past, it might ruin it. So for me, I'm not. Yeah, they neutered the heck out of the powerhouses. Yes, they have, and they've gone crazy. They have gone crazy.